Okay, so this is the brand new Apple Watch Ultra that you see here. I'm going to be unboxing it and doing a size comparison with the Series 8 45 millimeters. Now, what you see here is the box. The unboxing is pretty much the same on the outside, but on the inside, you can see that the Ultra has a refreshed interior, and we do get a booklet that has some paperwork that basically tells you all about the new loops or bands that you can get with your watch. Now, this that you see here is the box, but we'll put it to the side and start with the alpine loop. As you can see, I did get the orange alpine loop, and it has a green pull tab that you see there depicted by the green arrow. Comes off really easy, and once you do that, boom, it reveals the orange alpine loop, and it does have some paperwork that comes along with this. Now that slides back in really easy, and we just put it to the side, and the alpine loop is pretty straightforward, nothing on the back. Now what you see is now the Apple Watch Ultra box. Now we do have two pull tabs that I just removed, and once you do that, the box just slides off really easy. The charger that we have is very similar to the Apple Watch Series 7 and Series 8 USB-C to Apple pack, and the material is pretty much the same. Now this is the case for the brand new Apple Watch Ultra. This is a big boy. It's a 49 millimeter, and it's available in titanium, and the only configuration available is GPS plus cellular, so you can't get a GPS only model. And this is how it basically looks compared to a standard Series 8 45 millimeter. So you can see it does look a little bit rigid, but just looking at it, you really can't tell that it's a 49 millimeter, and you can see the crown that it does have an orange color to depict that it's cellular. Now right out the box, it doesn't turn off, or turn on rather, when you unbox it, so you do have to turn it on. And after you do that, just bring the iPhone that has your iCloud or account close by, and you'll be able to pair with it. Now you can set this up as a new watch, or you can back up depending on what you have. Just align your watch with your iPhone, the cutout that you see there, and once you do that, boom, it will be able to pair, and you see that your Apple Watch is paired. This is a pretty easy and straightforward process, so we'll skip this. And once you pass it, you can see that you have a restore from backup page. Now if you have many Apple Watch series that you have on your account, you can choose which one you want to back up from, but for me, I'll just choose the top one since it's the most current watch. And once you do that, it will be able to back up, and here you can basically see the alpine loop. It comes out really easy, and this is the medium size, and you can see that yes, it does pop out, and since it's made out of a material, it can get dirty very easily, so make sure you use clean hands and watch out for your environments. Now when setting up your Apple Watch Ultra for the first time, there is a forced update, and at the time of this recording, it's watchOS 9.0.1, and it has to do with some audio fixes. Now taking off the Apple Watch Ultra is pretty easy, and you can see the clip that we have on the back. It just clips on, and that's how you are able to adjust. Now you can see here side by side with a standard 45 millimeters, can be a Series 7 or Series 8, since they are the biggest size next to the Ultra is a 45 millimeter, and you can get that on the Series 8 or Series 7, and you can basically see a side-by-side comparison with when the two devices are on. So it doesn't look too big, and when taking off the alpine loop, you do see that it's slightly wider than a standard Apple silicone loop. Now you can see there that when taking off, be really careful, because the top clip that you see there can scratch your case, so don't pull it hard or all the way. And a pro tip that I will give you is to make sure you get the loop that's the perfect size for your band, so that you don't have to always pull it all the way and it will scratch your case. Now we'll let it upgrade here, and once the update is done, you can see that you have the option to set up a passcode. Pretty much standard. Once you set up your passcode, you have the option to choose your display and text. Now here you can see the battery that we have on the Apple Watch Ultra, which is greater optimization. Now the Apple Watch Ultra has up to 36 6 hours of normal usage, and it does support fast charging, but with advanced power saving mode you can get up to 60 hours, which makes it even more amazing. Now here you'll be able to see some safety features such as crash detection. You do have the siren and more, and once you get a glimpse, you have the ability to set up your Apple Pay. Apple Pay is pretty easy to set up, similar to the previous Series 8 or Series 7, and once Apple Pay is basically complete, the next tab will come up. Now you see that Apple Pay does take a moment, and you see now that we have the action button. Now the action button is an extra button that's only available on the Apple Watch Ultra, and you can see that you have a various number of options that you can basically assign the action button for. So the first option, you can see that you have the ability to open workouts with the action button, or open a stopwatch, or if you want, you can set up waypoints. As you go, you drop points across your route or hike, or if you want to backtrack where you have walked, you can use it for quick access for backtrack, or you can use it for quick access for diving or for a flashlight. For me, I use the flashlight. I'll set up the flashlight, and then after that I have the ability to set up always on display and then the app view. I usually go for the grid, and then after that you will see that the synchronization will begin with the Apple Watch Ultra. This can take a moment, and once it's done, you'll be welcomed to the Apple Watch. You can see that you'll be able to transfer over your apps and your data, and basically it will automatically open up the Apple Watch app. I'll just remove it from the Apple Pack charger. I had connected it since there was a forced update of watchOS 9.0.1, and once this is done, basically you can see hand washing. I do recommend that you enable this feature, and now we just put on the new Apple Watch Ultra. You can see basically how it looks, and since it's rugged, it does pop up a little bit more than the standard Series 8 45 or Series 7 45. So you can see width wise it's not a problem, it's more of the height where it pops up more. So if you're used to the standard 45mm Apple Watch Series 7 or Series 8, then this one you do see that it rises up a little bit more. And right from the get-go, when you unbox it, since I did back up from this watch that you see here, it did back up also the watch faces that's current, but it does have a new wayfinder watch face that you can set right out the box. And this watch is the standard one that Apple advertised when they showed off the Apple Watch Ultra. But yeah, it does look pretty good. The orange alpine loop is like a flashy band, and what I can say about this band is that it's so comfortable. In my opinion, it's more comfortable than the silicone loops or bands that we used to get. And you can see that when putting it on, it's pretty easy. You pull it according to your grip, and you can always adjust it. Once you find the perfect size, you clip it in, and you can see that yes, it does look wider than the standard Apple silicone band. And you see that the side button has a guard or a crown guard to it on the Ultra, but on the standard 45mm Series 7 or Series 8 there is no guard. Now one special thing that the Ultra has, as you can see here, we do have an emergency siren that you can use, and you can tell most probably from the audio that this is really loud. It's so loud that in fact the Apple Watch that was next to it, the 45mm that I'm just doing a size comparison, did immediately give me a loud noise environmental warning. And let me just find this and pull it up for you so that you can see what I'm saying. So you can see that it went over 100 dBs, and I was recording of course in my room, but people came over and asked, what's that? They thought it was a smoke detector that went off. And this siren is so loud that you can hear it from like 2 or 3 blocks away. So it's pretty good and pretty handy, and it's unfortunate that it's only available for the Apple Watch Ultra. Now I enable the flash so that you can see the screen side by side. Now you can see on the Ultra we do have the ring, so the screen doesn't go all the way to the edges compared to the 45 series 8, but you can see that the series 8 or 45 or series 7 45 has thinner borders compared to the Ultra. The Ultra is more rigid, but other than that, it looks pretty good. You know, size wise, I wouldn't complain in terms of the width. It's something that I think with time you can get used to it. And the orange alpine loop is really nice. You can be able to get it in different configurations with the loops. And other than that, that's the unboxing of the brand new 49mm Apple Watch Ultra and a side by side size comparison with a 45mm series 8 or series 7. You do see it here, and do let me know what content you'd like to see when it comes to the brand new Apple Watch or the brand new iPhone 14. Now stay safe, and I'll see you in the next video. Peace.